Coming soon to own on
YouTube and Twitch. Every killed off character in Family Guy. Now, if I could think of some off the top of my head, I think Mayor West was killed off because I think his actual voice actor passed away. Rest in peace. Uh, I, I think that's the only one I can think of off the top of my head, but let's get
In
straight
Family
to it.
Guy, characters get shot, blown up, or sliced in half almost every episode. Some bounce back like nothing happened, but others, they're gone for good. While some were written off because fans hated them, for others, their voice actors passed away in real life. And so, today,
Damn, that's a lot. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Rest in peace, man.
here's every character Family Guy has officially killed off, starting with Mr. Weed. Now, Mr. Weed, the head of the Happy-Go-Lucky Toy Factory, first appeared all the way back in the very first episode, Death Has a Shadow. He shows up to check on Peter, who, as you'd expect, is dead drunk at his workstation. Mr. Weed shouts at him and tells him to do better or else he'd get fired.
Peter, I like you, but I need you to be more than just eye candy around here. It's your job to watch for any toys that could be hazardous to children. Now look sharp!
Yes, sir.
But the next second, Peter's dozing again. Naturally, Peter gets
Night,
fired by
yep.
Mr. Weed. But don't worry, he somehow gets rehired after Stewie hypnotizes the judge. A running gag with Mr. Weed is that he constantly engages in suspiciously fabulous behavior, even though the show never explicitly confirms his sexuality.
I'll take this. No calls.
Mr. Weed is stern, particular, and very much a no-nonsense kind of boss. Yet, despite Peter constantly screwing up, Mr. Weed keeps giving him second chances. Honestly, he fires
He already said why, nigga. He's eye candy to this nigga. And why do the bosses always be picking on Peter? Like, no weird shit, but like, he not even all that. To risk an HR violation, he not even all that.
Peter like twice and somehow still lets him return. But that weird loyalty to Peter, it technically ends up killing him. This happens in the episode Mr. Saturday Night, after career day at Chris's school, where Peter's unimpressive job leaves the kids completely underwhelmed. Peter decides to make some changes. Lois suggests he invite Mr. Weed over for dinner to help his case. Surprisingly, things start off well. Mr. Weed is actually impressed with Peter's home, family, and even the funny talking dog. He's so impressed that he offers Peter a promotion to head of toy development. And
That is a question I have. Why are people so casual about Brian, like, being sentient? Like, nobody questions that, like, outside of the family. Nobody trips about that. That's something I always wonder.
that's when dinner goes south. Brian chokes on a dinner roll from sheer surprise.
Impressed. In fact, starting Monday, I would like to promote you to head of toy development.
Holy crap! Oh, thanks, Mr. Weed.
When Peter and Lois perform the Heimlich, the roll shoots out of Brian's mouth and lands straight into Mr. Weed's, who then starts
To be fair, that's just natural selection. Because why the hell is your mouth that open? A nigga choking like 2 feet in front of you. Why the hell your mouth wide ass open?
choking and dies. At Mr. Weed's funeral, he leaves behind a videotaped will. The Happy-Go-Lucky Toy Factory was to be demolished to make way for the homo-erotic toy factory. Mr. Weed wasn't mentioned again until Lois kills Stewie, where Stewie, about to kill Lois, says,
Can I you? Say hi to Cleveland for me. Oh, and Mr. Weed.
but speaking of Cleveland, his wife Loretta was also killed off. Now, technically,
I know, like, technically, like, in the storyline, he moved on to his high school sweetheart, but why did they kill Loretta?
Loretta didn't die in Family Guy, but she was part of its universe before meeting her end in the Cleveland show. Loretta was first introduced in Mind Over Murder, where she was one of the wives confronting Lois and Peter for stealing their husband's attention.
My husband hasn't been home all week.
That singing hussy is destroying our marriages. Yeah.
I know about 5, maybe 8 homeboys that's cracking these. Like, there's like some dirty. I know some dog ass niggas. And if these niggas are stud crackers, I'm telling you, bro, they'll crack Young Ma, Young and May if they had the chance.
Right off the bat, Loretta was everything Cleveland wasn't, loud and sassy. But their marriage really cracked when Quagmire's giggity instincts overpowered basic human decency. Peter invited the guys for a fishing trip, and while Quagmire was reeling in a fish, it accidentally landed right in Loretta's chest. Let's just say Loretta took it as a sign, and poor Quagmire was too stunned to say no.
Well, we'll have to do this again sometime.
You name the time and the place, little Nick.
Later, Peter and Brian
Hell man's, bro. He was overly going too. That's the sad part.
walking on Loretta cheating, but they don't realize the guy's Quagmire. At least, not until they recognize his tattoo. Peter, being the king of bad news delivery, tells Cleveland,
Bam! 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 Bam!
Peter
This is the worst way to tell somebody my bitch cheating. This is the worst way you could tell me. Nigga, if you going to tell me my girl cheated on me, don't go into a long ass description on how the nigga was doing it to her, bro. Cause I generally might air out to everybody. Like, everybody gotta catch these bullets. I'm not gonna lie, including myself.
Hey, hang on, I'm not done. Bam! 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 And then she's all, oh, yeah.
And it's like you doing both parts too. And it's like, yo, you might have to die first. No, you doing me worse than the nigga that stole my bitch. I'm just keeping it a buck.
Oh, yeah. Bam! Bam!
Cleveland confronts Loretta in the calmest way possible, almost too calm. She snaps back, saying she needs a real man, and Cleveland apologizes?
See, like, I don't agree with him apologizing, but like, once your girl cheat on you, I feel like you don't even gotta trip about that. We're on the road now because there's no fixing that. I feel like me personally, once you cheat on somebody, that's it. Like, there's no real fixing that connection. Obviously, y'all could probably hook up later down the line, like couple, couple stands here and there, but like a full on relationship, I feel like that's 100% gone once you cheat on somebody. Because why would you? Well, why would you even try?
Cleveland Brown, you are pathetic.
I disagree, but I respect your candor.
Goodbye, Cleveland.
I love you.
Loretta kicks him out and Cleveland crashes at the Griffins. And when he finally gets his rage back thanks to Peter and Lois calling him out for being so soft, Cleveland goes out to attack Quagmire. After that, Cleveland gives Loretta a piece of his mind, and their marriage ends for good.
I deserve better than you.
Look
Yep.
at that, Lois. As beautiful as an HBO minority fairy tale.
In Love Actually, we learn Loretta now lives alone in a house on the hill. Brian visits her, not for old time's sake, but to win back Carolyn, the girl of his dreams. After taking Stewie's advice to go slow, Carolyn had moved on to Cleveland.
Oh my God! Carolyn? Cleveland?
Oh, hey, Brian. Close that window. You're letting all the stank out.
So, in a desperate bid to get her back, Brian tries convincing Loretta to reunite with her ex. Desperate times, bad idea.
But once again, Brian, like, he don't give a fuck, man. I'm not gonna lie. If I watched a girl that I wanted that badly was getting crushed in the parking lot by a nigga I knew, I wasn't friends with him, but I knew him. I'm not. It would have at least been like a 6-month cool down. Nigga wanted that shit immediately.
Yes. Loretta shocks everyone by owning up to her mistakes and wanting Cleveland back, only for him to reject her.
And I still love you, Loretta.
Oh, Cleveland.
But I can't.
Their divorce is finalized in the Cleveland show pilot, where Cleveland admits he lost the house to Loretta. And finally, Loretta dies in Gone with the Wind, crushed during one of Peter's classic
Oh yeah, I remember it. As they did the shit.
stunts.
Yeah,
that
I
always
remember
wrecks
this.
Cleveland's home.
Oh, time for
And they was
United
laughing at
States
her
of Terror.
body.
No!
Oh, God. Wait, what's that? Oh, look at her gross boobs.
Yep.
This time, Loretta didn't walk away. Guess she should have asked Cleveland how he kept surviving. The reason for Loretta's death was allegedly that her voice actress, Alex Borstein, who does the voice for
No way. This shit don't even match. What the fuck? Yo, this a white woman. This should be throwing me off, bro. How the hell she even like?
Oh, God.
No!
How the hell did she even produce a sound like that?
Oh, God. Wait, what's that? Oh, look at her gross boobs.
This time, Loretta didn't walk away. Guess she should have asked Cleveland how he kept surviving. The reason for Loretta's death was allegedly that her voice actress, Alex Borstein,
I'm still tripping on it. Because I know Cleveland's voice actor was originally white.
who does the voice for Lois Griffin, didn't want to do the Loretta's voice anymore. Loretta's voice was simply too gravelly, too hard on the actress's throat, and so killing her off was the best option the show took. But if dying by a bathtub crash was a weird way to go, Horace's death in Family Guy was weirder. He ran the Drunken Clam and was a longtime friend of the guy since they drank at his place consistently.
Here you go, boys. Thanks, Horace. So I told my boss I'm not staying in that stupid toy factory.
But then at one point, Horace sells the Drunken Clam, and the new owner turns it into a British pub. After that guy, Nigel Pinchley, gets arrested for fraud, Horace buys the bar back and brings back the good old clam vibes. Now somehow, Horace survives multiple near-death experiences. He gets shot in the clam and lives.
And I'm not sure, but I think I've been shot.
Another time, he's knocked out after he falls off a ladder to fix the TV, but doesn't die, and this even has death into it.
Junior? Nah, he's just knocked out. Damn, I drove all the way out here. I had to cancel another appointment.
God even accidentally starts a fire in the clan, but Peter runs in to save him. But Horace's luck finally runs out in the episode Save the Clan. During a softball game between the drunken
Oh, I think I remember this. And he hit him with the baseball and killed him.
clan in Goldman's pharmacy, Jerome is brought in as a ringer for Mort's team. Horace, trying to strike him out and win the game, gets a different ending.
He's dead. Oh, no! Let him rest in peace.
After his funeral, the bar is set to close down. Peter does everything he can to save it, but it doesn't work. In the end, it's Jerome, the guy who accidentally killed Horace, who saved the drunken clan by using his sports earnings to buy the bar and keep it open. Another character to go permanently was Peter's dad, or at least who he thought was his dad, Francis. Francis Griffin was a strict
Yeah, Francis needed to go. No. If he would have stayed around, the show would have tanked so much more. I mean, I wouldn't say he's a good character. He ain't that bad, but this nigga low-key annoying, me personally.
Catholic, and because of his strong faith, he totally disliked Lois just because she was Protestant.
Why don't you come into the dining room, huh? The table's all set for your birthday dinner.
Lois, actually, Dad said he would prefer it if you did not join us. You being a Protestant and all. He said it's okay if you sit at the kids' table.
But not to worry, he didn't like Peter either. Francis was just generally disappointed in him. And holy crap, Francis was forced to retire from the Pawtucket Mill and moved in with Peter's family shortly afterward. And yeah, he was a giant pain in the ass. He even changed the entire house to look more Christian.
Dad, what are you doing?
There's no cross in here. Every kitchen needs a crucifix.
Unable to bear it, Peter had to get the Pope himself to come over and try to change Francis's mind.
Opinion, but more important is what you think. Look deep in your heart, my son.
But you know how stubborn the man was. He even accused the Pope of going soft.
Whoa, easy, Pontiff.
Because I'll excommunicate your sorry
Okay, time out.
But if it's any consolation, Peter wasn't the only person Francis was mean to. Even his relationship with his wife, Thelma, was full of ups and downs. Francis finally passed away in the episode Peter's Two Dads. It was Meg's birthday, and Peter threw her a party, which honestly would have been better if he'd just ignored her entirely and let the poor girl stay in her room because he was a total embarrassment.
Oh. Ow!
But this is the best year he threw a party for Meg. Better than the one when he became a stripper. That shit was crazy.
Ow!
Mom, can I just open my presents now? All right, Meg. Thank you.
Drunk and lacking common sense, as usual, Peter tries to perform a stupid stunt, and it ends in total disaster.
All right, this is gonna blow you guys away.
Grandpa!
Oh my God!
On his hospital bed, Peter was genuinely
Imagine that's the way you kill your 80-year-old grandpa. Or your dad, your 80-year-old dad. Doing some dumb shit at your kid's birthday party.
worried about Francis, but before passing, Francis had a few last words for him.
You're a fat, stinking drunk.
Oh my God, he's dead.
And yeah, he wasn't wrong. Peter is a fat, stinking drunk. Peter took it so personally that he ended up in therapy, and that's where he found out Francis wasn't even his real dad.
Now feel the air between them toes. Feel a gentle wind blowing the hair on them legs. Breezing up on through the rest of your body, through your private areas, through your anus.
After confronting
on,
Thelma,
bro.
she confessed and told him his real father was an Irishman named Mickey McFinnigan. Peter went looking for him and only got accepted after winning a beer drinking contest. So Francis was right all along. And since we're talking of Peter's parents, his mother, Thelma, was also killed off in the show. Thelma Griffin dies of a stroke at the start of Mom's the Word, though the episode is barely about her. Instead, it shifts into a bizarre storyline where Peter gets seduced by an older woman. Yeah, it's weird. Then again, maybe it's fitting. Thelma had always
whole
been a bit of
episode
a
was
cold
weird as
character.
hell.
She's technically the nicer parent compared to Francis, but honestly, she could pass for just as bad. She was a smoker, a gambler, and an alcoholic, and that led to several childhood memories of her being abusive or flat out neglectful toward Peter. In one story, she was even throwing whiskey bottles at him.
My mother used to
Holy
use whiskey
shit.
whenever I had a toothache. My tooth hurts.
In Padre de
Well, damn, nigga, you gonna miss or you gonna shoot again? And like, what type of aim was that? I get you drunk, but at least hit your target. At least hit your target.
In Padre de Familia, Peter visits Thelma to ask about his birth certificate, only to get a bombshell.
But you weren't born in America. You were born in Mexico.
What?
When I found out that your real father was a drunken Irishman, I went to Mexico to terminate my pregnancy.
As soon as Peter was born, she says she loved him and smuggled him back to the US, not wanting to risk leaving him behind. To cover it all up, she married Francis and let Peter believe he was his real dad for years. Basically, whenever Thelma shows up at Peter's door, she has some soul-crushing news.
I left your father.
What?
Wait, hang on a second. I never see you, and then you finally come visit me and you drop a bombshell like this?
Then it all gets confusing for Peter when Thelma starts dating Tom.
Yeah, this one of them moments where it's like, well, they're not friends, but they kind of interact with each other. I might have to beat his ass for doing this shit.
Tom Tucker. That whole thing lasted less than 60 seconds and still managed to leave Tom heartbroken. Thelma's death is announced by Lois in Mom's the Worst, and just like that, her character is gone for good.
Holding hands with a guy at Quiznos this morning. All right. And was I involved in the Oklahoma City?
But at least Lois and the rest of the people that were gathered showed feelings of care towards Thelma's passing. For this other character, his death was just casually mentioned, and almost everyone was kind of glad to hear he was gone. Doug.
Doug died? How?
Doug was Stewie's preschool rival. He first appeared riding his big wheel past the Griffin house, throwing playful shade at Stewie. The rivalry really kicked off in Movin' In, Principal Shepard's song, when Stewie plays with a toy lawnmower. Doug mocks him for doing yard work. From there, it's war. Stewie tried endlessly to outdo him, but only ended up humiliating himself more often than not. In Lasik Instinct, things get even weirder. Lois accidentally hits someone in the school parking lot, praying it's a dog. Nope, it's Doug.
Oh my god, it's a kid!
It's Doug! Nice hit, bitch!
To avoid a lawsuit, the Griffins agree to build Doug a treehouse, which somehow turns into them doing a lot more for him. Eventually, Stewie calls Doug's dad to complain, only to discover that Doug was the one behind the text all along.
Myself. No! Don't! What the?
Holy shit.
The two reach a moment of understanding, which completely evaporates in their next encounter. In The Candidate, Stewie learns that Doug is running unopposed for snack captain. The idea of Doug gaining political experience terrifies him, so naturally Stewie runs too. Anything to prevent a Doug presidency.
Sure, but you know what they say.
I inspire to be that have that much hate for a nigga, where I do shit out of a spite of a nigga not winning. Like I don't want to do this, but I can't let you win to the point where I'm going to run for this shit too.
Hey, today, snack captain. Tomorrow, mayor.
Their campaign is anything but fair, with both kids trying to get dirt on one another. But the kids are all on Doug's side. Not even a full-on pants-pooping incident during the debate sways them.
He surged in the polls?
It humanized him, made him more relatable.
Well, two can play at that game.
The election is clearly going Doug's way, but the episode ends with Stewie at home wearing the snack captain hat, and also throwing out the information of Doug's death like an afterthought.
Oh, and Doug died in a commuter plane crash this morning.
Fans were actually pleased to hear this one.
Oh, that's probably why I never heard of that shit. That shit was so casual.
Another one of Stewie's rivals who ended up dying permanently was Bertram.
I do remember this. This was a tough little arc in the show when they was like doing these full-on like serious, not serious, but like episodes with lore in it. His series was tough, I'm not gonna lie.
Bertram is Stewie's long-lost, artificially conceived half-brother. They first met inside Peter's testes. After learning that Peter and Lois were planning to try for another baby, Stewie decided to shrink himself and launch a mission to destroy all of Peter's sperm cells. That plan almost worked until he came face-to-face with Bertram. The two immediately went at it, nearly killing each other. But once they realized they shared a mutual hatred for Lois, they called a truce.
You hate Lois? I hate Lois too! What else do you hate?
A classic enemy of my enemy is my friend situation. But the peace didn't last. Later, Peter decided to preserve his sperm by donating to a sperm bank. In typical Peter fashion, he ended up mixing the samples.
Yep, fine. And just so you know, everything in there is exactly the way it was when I went in. There is absolutely zero chance that I spilled all the jars and had to refill them with my own.
God damn, I'm just now realizing Seth MacFarlane made this joke twice, nigga. He made this shit, that joke in Ted. I think it was Ted 2? Or Ted, no, yeah, it was Ted 2.
On sperm. Zero chance.
Once Bertram came into the world, the rivalry escalated into a full-blown war. His mission? Take Stewie out for good. The first official battle, a violent showdown over control of a playground. But it didn't stop there. In The Big Bang Theory, Bertram finds out about Stewie's time machine and comes up with a new plan. Travel back in time and erase Stewie from existence by assassinating Leonardo da Vinci, one of Stewie's ancestors.
Leonardo da Vinci, I presume?
Who are you, a little lisping baby?
And crazily, he actually succeeds in killing Da Vinci, but Stewie proves to be the smarter, more ruthless baby. He tracks Bertram down and ends the rivalry for good.
Walked his ass
What's your
down.
favorite kind of bottled water? Mine's Arrowhead.
Oh shit!
And just like that,
Why is Loki
Bertram
kind
was
of
gone
cold?
for real this time. Now, while most characters in Family Guy get killed off in standalone episodes, the show pulled a double whammy in season 9 episode 1, and then there were fewer, permanently removing 2 recurring characters in one go. The episode starts with James Woods throwing a mysterious dinner party, inviting several Quahog residents. They got there only to find out that James wants to ask for forgiveness and show he's a changed man now that he's found Christianity. But things take a dark turn fast. James briefly steps out and Quagmire's date takes a seat, only to be immediately shot.
Did the cork hit me?
Everyone is scared and suspects James Woods invited them here to murder them. He denies everything, only to end up dead himself, stabbed in the back when the lights go out.
Kill anybody!
Now, that
Let's talk about the speed feat this bitch had.
go out.
Because this was insane work. Look, so if you haven't watched the episode, I'm gonna spoil this shit. So you might want to like fast forward. But she is standing right here. You telling me in the blink of a flash, she was able to run all the way over here, get behind this nigga, then stab this nigga in the back. But between a 2-second flash. Fuck out of here.
Now, that would have been permanent, but it's James Woods, and he somehow comes back in a later episode, so it doesn't count. The first character whose death actually stuck, Muriel Goldman, Mort, the pharmacist's wife. Muriel was, quite frankly, just a female version of Mort. In another universe, they'd pass as siblings. They were that alike. In the kiss scene around the world, she and Mort show up at the Griffins for dinner with Neil, where Neil's pretending Meg is his girlfriend. This was because Neil published a broadcast of he and Meg kissing.
You put it on TV?
Ah, isn't that cute, Peter? Our daughter's first love.
I just want to kill myself.
The Goldman dinner with the Griffins, however, turns awkward fast, with Muriel and Mort going on and on about their own first kiss.
Ugh, we were terribly sick. We were both 14, and it was winter, and we had
Muriel also occasionally hung out with Lois and Bonnie, but she was always a background character. But in this murder mystery episode, suspicion briefly falls on Muriel after guests discover shady messages between her and James Woods.
Aha!
The guests now turn their suspicion on her, thinking she's the killer, and they go after her.
Never, and I am not saying another word until I talk to my lawyer, because why is he wearing...
Under quietly. It'll be easier for us all if you...
Muriel runs off, and when they finally find her, she's dead.
She was so young.
I still don't know why she killed her. If when she was the main suspect, you could have just kept framing her.
She was so beautiful. She was so generous.
God damn, nigga, you can't say one thing nice about her?
We were married.
Look.
Imagine your husband's words to you on your deathbed. Now, unlike Woods, Muriel's
Facts.
death was permanent. A funeral was held, though neither Mort nor Neil seemed all that heartbroken about it. Next character to go was the mastermind of the murders, Diane Simmons.
Yeah, she had to go.
Before going on a full-blown killing spree, Diane Simmons was best known as Tom Tucker's co-anchor on Channel 5 News. She was a long-running background character throughout Family Guy, but her most prominent early appearance came in Season 2, Episode 7, The King is Dead. In that episode, Lois is directing
I didn't mean to bother
local
her.
production of The King and I, and to stop Peter from interfering, she simply gives him the task of getting people to attend the play.
Seat in this house.
And that's creative?
Is it? Well, it's just the most creative job there is.
Naturally, Peter still finds a way to turn that into a disaster. He heads to the news station to ask them to promote it, but Diane shrugs it off as unimportant.
Star, for that matter, who the hell are you, and why should I give a damn?
That was all until Peter promised her the lead role, which, of course, was already cast for Loretta, exactly what Lois was trying to avoid. But Peter doesn't stop at recasting, he hijacks the entire production, frustrates everyone with his insane direction style, or maybe creative genius, whichever perspective you view it from. Lois quits, and not long after, Diana does the same too.
We don't need Diane Simmons. We've had someone better all along.
Diane slips back into the background for several seasons, until her shocking return in Season 9, Episode 1, and then there were fewer. In the murder mystery parody, Diane is revealed to be the mastermind behind the entire killing spree. After murdering James Woods, Muriel Goldman, and 3 other guests, she successfully frames Tom Tucker for the whole thing. But she slips up. When Lois goes to talk to her while packing up, Diane casually mentions a detail and Lois pieces everything together.
It's for my first solo broadcast. I guess that's sweet, huh?
I'm sorry, I don't understand.
What do you mean?
I mean, how could she...
Diane then spilled everything. Her motive was revenge. James Woods had
Yeah,
dumped
she
her for a younger
blocked
man, and
immediately.
Tom was planning to replace her with a younger co-anchor. All of this just as she turned 40, and it pushed her off the edge. Diane tries to take Lois out in the final moments, but before she can pull the trigger, someone beats her to it. Stewie.
It's down, it's gonna be me.
Stewie is all talk. He know he loved Lois. Because he really could have just let that. He could have let that shit happen, or he could have just sniped both of them. He let that shit slide. You know, he loved Lois. He was just all talk. He be faking it.
And just like
And the
that,
nigga be talking
Diane
for the
Simmons was
fashion.
gone permanently. But while Diane got taken out by a rifle, this other character got taken down by an Army War tank. I'm talking about Patty Tanager. He was a recurring character from Family Guy, a short, annoying man who constantly picked fights with people over meaningless and petty things. And of course, his catchphrase was, "Big whoop, wanna fight about it?" He'll provoke practically
Big whoop,
anybody,
wanna
such
fight
that
about
even Peter found him annoying.
You that Griffin boy's father? Patty Tanager, the caddy manager. Yeah, it rhymes. Big whoop. Wanna fight about it?
In the perfect castaway, he's the boss of the Quahog Hummer dealership, where Brian worked to support his new wife Lois and the family following Peter's presumed death at sea. And Patty was just as annoying.
Hey, Griffin, your sales are in the toilet. You got problems at home?
No. What would make you say that?
Ex-husband back in the picture. You're working during the day. They got time to bump uglies. That's right. I said bump uglies. Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
He finally...
Like in that moment, it's like, hey, bro, just cut my shit, bro. I gotta go home, bro. Cause you just painted that picture in my head, like, and then you said bump uglies on top of that. It was like, nah, I really gotta go home.
He met his end in Hell Comes to Quahog when he tried to pick a fight. He was run over by Stewie and officially killed off the show.
So you got a tank. Big whoop. Want to fight about it?
But characters whose deaths kinda on the show were because the voice actors died in real life were Angela and Mayor Adam West.
Rest in
Angela
peace.
was head of the brewery shipping department and first appeared in season 4, episode 13, Jungle Love, where she lays down the law. No drinking at work.
This is your co-worker, Opie. He is a burden of the state, deemed unfit for mainstream society.
It's easy to say the two don't exactly hit it off. Peter slacks off constantly and wonders why he's never Employee of the Month, so he tries to win Angela over with a surprise animal fight. And yep, it goes badly.
Everybody said you liked animals, so I organized a surprise cockfight. Ta-da! Oh boy. Oh boy. Oh,
Yikes.
God.
The two, however, get to smooth their relationship in the episode Peter Ass Met, where Angela gets to develop a crush on Peter of all people, all because of his eyes.
Something different about you. You're not wearing glasses.
And I got busted. I'm wearing contacts.
I can see your eyes and your eyelashes. They're beautiful.
Who cares? What gives?
Angela's smitten, alright, and things get very weird.
What the
very
fuck,
fast.
Peter?
Angela soon starts coming up with weird requests and tactics just to get with Peter.
In here, and make sure you have on your new uniform.
Why am I the only one who has to wear denim shorts?
Because you're the only one who looks this good in them.
Nah, bro. Tank top, Daisy Dukes, and Tim's insane work.
Damn, Griffin, you fill those out nice.
To add, she threatened to fire him if he refused to comply. It gets all the more weird when Angela invites him over for a special project. Peter sends Quagmire in disguise, but that also backfires because somehow Quagmire doesn't find her attractive and calls off the deal.
I had sex with you, but Peter neglected to tell me that you are a complete dumpster fire. Some friend, huh?
And I feel like at that point, if Quagmire is telling you that, yeah, you might just be cooked.
Okay.
After Peter rejects her advances, choosing to get fired, Angela locks herself away, devastated and almost kills herself, but luckily Peter had gone back to meet her. Turns out she'd been single for way too long and the loneliness had gotten to her.
Anyone in 10 years. And when you spurned my
10
advances,
years.
it was a wake-up call. No one's ever gonna love me again.
Nope, it's still no justification whatsoever. Peter then tried to lift her spirits by dressing up as a wealthy aristocrat and taking her on a date and spending the night with her. She eventually figured out it was him and, well, technically he was not cheating.
Really, Peter?
Yeah, you cheated on your wife.
Mort got in
I
there.
used Mort. Oh my God, I forgot about Mort.
I want my tooth.
Angela stayed around until season 17, when the actress that voiced her icon, Carrie Fisher, officially passed away in December 2016. Her death
Rest
is
in peace.
acknowledged in Pawtucket Pete, which opens with Peter giving a eulogy at her funeral.
Pretty much epitomized class. Who could turn the world on with her smile? Angela. Who could take a nothing day and suddenly make it all seem worthwhile?
Peter interrupts the moment by realizing he was at the wrong funeral, but it was still sweet.
I may have lost a boss, but heaven has gained a princess. And I am at the wrong funeral.
Holy
And then
shit.
we have Mayor Adam West. He was the wonderfully
Rest in
insane,
peace.
possibly corrupt mayor of Quahog, voiced by the real-life Adam West and loosely based on him. He held the mayoral seat for over 16 seasons. His position was only briefly challenged in It Takes a Village Idiot and I Married One, when Lois ran against him after discovering he'd been polluting Quahog's rivers. But the job quickly got to her, and she realized she was becoming the same kind of shady politician she'd accused him of being, so she handed the title back to him. Mayor West got even closer to the Griffins when he married Carol Pewterschmidt, Lois's sister, and surprisingly, it sort of worked out. Following Adam West's passing in real life, the show paid tribute in the season 17 finale, Adam West High.
He was such a great man.
Adam West so golden. Good Family Guy.
Wait, Uncle Adam is dead? Eesh, how many people has this show killed?
Yeah, we're all gonna...
In it, Brian petitions to have the local high school renamed after him.
There was some way we could honor Adam's memory here in town.
You know what we should do? We should rename the high school for Mayor...
The episode ends with Brian nearly falling off a cliff, only to be saved by the ghost of Mayor West. Adam West was then replaced by Mr. Wild West as mayor, but fans still missed him. But speaking of other characters that got killed off and fans were happy, you'd want to check out this next video and see family...
With that being said, that was every kill off character in Family Guy. We know how y'all feel about that down below. That being said, I'll see y'all boys later, dude.
I'm not trying to score. Your heart's an open door. I got the key. I'm trying to keep composure and some more. I know you want some more. Oh, oh. Can your body hear me? Want you to feel me?